Well, good morning. Excuse the way I'm doing this morning, but it's kind of early on a Sunday morning, and as soon as I get through doing the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship service, then I'll go straight into trying to get ready to go to Heritage Baptist Church. Okay, well, good morning. This is the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship online ministry with the pastor, Brother Isaac David Brigman, and I want to read to y'all today Proverbs 1, 8 to 10. So it'll be Proverbs 1, 8, 1, 9, and 1, 10. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains upon thy neck. My son, for sinners, Entice, the Consent, thou not. Now you say, what does that mean? Well, it means that God and Jesus knew a long time ago that you were going to have you was going to have a man that, yeah, you'll have times that you'll slip and call him father when really you should call him dad. And God and Jesus knew, with that being said, they knew that that person that you're going to slip and call father when the father was really God. Well, they knew that you were going to see that person as the stronghold of the family, and that that person was the one that should have been the leader of the family. And you, God and Jesus knew that you were going to do this. So they knew that when you did, you would probably want to follow in that person's footsteps. But you shouldn't do that if that person happens to be a sinner. Like my dad, which had been long gone, was just like that. He was a good sinner, but yet he said that he was right with the Lord. He said he was right with God and Jesus, but I doubt that he was. But anyway, he had some bad habits I won't go into. And regardless of what your dad's bad habits were in life, what God and Jesus is saying is if you want a strong male figure, look towards God and Jesus and follow what they do. Follow in their footsteps. Try to keep people out of sin if you can, and try to keep yourself out of sin if you can. There's too many times in history I've seen people fall to the wayside because they didn't bother to talk to God and Jesus. If I hadn't mentioned it earlier, my name is Brother Isaac David Brigman, pastor of the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship online ministry, a church that is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And it is actually a church where each video and audio you see and hear is a church service. So when you hear these videos and watch these audios, you are actually attending a church service, because that is my church. Hopefully one day the good Lord will bless me with a building. But anyway, the point to my story is I seen you people talking, and y'all would talk about how great your dad was. But if you really told the truth about your dad, you wouldn't be saying all these things you tell me. You would really be blunt and bold and say, my dad wasn't as good as I said he was because I made him out to look good so that you wouldn't think bad of him. Well, I understand that, but don't put a man on a pedestal that was actually on a footstool. If he's sitting on a footstool with his head bowed down crying, or sitting on a footstool with his head bowed down because his head hurts and he's got his hand in his head, or his head in his hands, however you want to put it, I get the feeling that that's not the guy you want to raise up in high standards. Because, folks, we shouldn't do that to our dads. We should do that to our fathers. We should put our Father God on a pedestal, not put our dad, who's a drunkard,